What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe and like this video. It really helps and I would really appreciate it. I got a lot of good stuff coming out over the next 3 months and I'm probably honestly going to keep doing it way longer than that. Today, I just woke up. It's a rest day for me. I figured I would take you guys through what I eat in a day on a rest day. If you're looking to cut, if you're looking to shred or just maintain whatever, if you know, this is probably a good day of eating that you could reference. So I'm gonna start here, and then obviously as we move forward in these videos, I'll take you through my training days and what I eat during my training days. So right now I'm gonna head to coffee. I just woke up. I always have to start with a coffee, but I don't usually go out, but today I am. Wait, first of all, let me ask, how do you hit your head on the quad? You hit the handlebars? There's gotta be a record for world's longest sleep. What? The record for sleep deprivation, so this is without sleeping, is 18 days, 21 hours, and 40 minutes. So I just went and picked up some cold brew from Press Cafe. I only do black coffee. Usually I'll make it in the Keurig, but this morning I felt like going out to get a coffee. So this will probably be the only coffee I drink during the day. If I do make it in the Keurig, I do black coffee and I'll put protein powder in it. I'll put a half a scoop of protein powder. I'll show you guys the protein powder that I use. I kind of like flavored coffee. It's almost like a latte if you get like a frother. With these. I like the Chips Ahoy Ghost protein. It has like chocolate chips in it and stuff, so you kind of get that like hot chocolatey taste to it. If you froth it, it's kind of like a latte, so I highly recommend that. If I make a smoothie, I do vegan protein. I use ProMix. They have good stuff, or BPN, like Bear Performance Nutrition is one of my favorite companies. I use them with the resin greens. You'll probably see in like 1 or 2 clips from now. Those are 3, these 2 and BPN, like cinnamon roll protein, unmatched. I'll link them in the description for you guys. But that's what I'll put in my regular coffee, the Chips Ahoy. So the egg whites just allow me to keep it relatively low calorie because I like to eat a good amount during the day. Today's a rest day, so I don't really want to overeat. One thing about this bear crawl is I don't want to gain too much weight to where I'm super heavy, because it's easier to crawl at a lighter weight. Think about it, the more weight that I have to carry for a longer period of time, the harder it is. I want to be strong and I want to be light, so I want to find that happy medium where I think it's like 165 pounds, where 165 pounds I'm super fucking strong, but it's something I can sustain and I can carry for 31 miles. I started to get towards like 170, 175 lately. I'm right now around like 170-ish. I'm slowly dropping down so I can maintain the muscle. And I just started to get really slower and my energy levels weren't very good. You know, about like 8 months ago, I was super fucking lean and I had a 6-pack. And right now, I don't have that 6-pack. I am still pretty lean. I am still in pretty good shape, but I'm in better shape now than I was, you know, a year ago. And I looked better then than I do now. So just because someone's ripped doesn't mean that they're in the best shape. There's levels to this shit, and it's not all, you know, what it looks like on the outside is what it is. Performance and aesthetics are completely different. And that's a tough battle I've had through this prep, is getting rid of the fact that, all right, maybe I won't look as good, but I'm gonna feel good and I'm gonna feel ready to go. So just depends on what your goals are, and like being shredded isn't all that. All right, so that's my breakfast. I have 2 eggs with egg whites, a sesame bagel with avocado, and then I'll just put it on and eat it. It's really good. And I'll do my coffee. And that's pretty much how I start off every morning when I'm training, when I'm not training. Keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate things. When you find what works, stick with it. This is what works for me. This might not necessarily be what works for you. On training days, I'll add in oatmeal and I'll put some fruit in there. I'll put berries, bananas, honey. I love honey. That's probably the only thing that I would add to this. I think one of the toughest things for me during this prep has been nutrition. The training has been not easy. It's been the easiest part. It's pretty much just, there's no way to train for this, right? There's not much information out there that's available. So it's pretty much a guessing game, right? Figure out what works. If I can go out there, you know, if I can do a training block for a month and then go out there and do a really long crawl, it's probably working. And I can change a little things here and there. It's pretty much just up to me. Nutrition is something that there's research that goes into it. This is an endurance event. So aside from digestion and me being upside down and me not being able to digest foods as well while I'm crawling, outside of in training nutrition, it's pretty basic, right? You're not reinventing the wheel. But the toughest thing for me has been keeping my calories high and understanding that I need to eat a lot, and I don't think it's something that a lot of people would think. Before I started training, I lost 30 pounds, so I got in the best shape of my life. And in order to do that, in order to lose that weight, I wasn't eating a lot. I was working out and I was eating probably 1,800 to 2,000 calories a day, which isn't a lot. And it was a tough thing for me to do, but I knew it was necessary, and I was able to do that because my workouts weren't extremely strenuous and they weren't for hours upon hours at a time. So the toughest thing now is I need to get over that fact that I have to eat a larger amount of calories and I might gain some weight, and I need to eat because I need to fuel my body, and the way I look is going to change. And that's been something that's been difficult for me, where I've definitely been holding a little bit more fat, but I'm just removed from getting in the best shape of my life. So it hasn't been easy mentally for me to get to the point mentally where I'm okay holding a little bit more fat. Maybe I don't look as good, but yeah. So it may sound silly, I don't know. Once this is over, I will go back to kind of the dieting that I'm used to, because I enjoyed eating like that and I enjoyed the way I looked and the way I felt. Not that I don't enjoy it now, it's just a completely different lifestyle, and it's a very drastic change and something that I don't think a lot of people would expect. If you lose weight and then get into endurance, it's a totally different type of diet, totally different type of fuel. So I don't know. I just felt compelled to share that with you guys. I feel like a lot of you guys would watch this and think that it's just, you know, I eat and I work out and there's no thought process into it. That's not true. It's not as easy as it looks. It's not as easy as it seems. And I don't know, if one person could benefit from that and knowing that that's something that I experience and I struggle with, that maybe it gives them light at the end of the tunnel. Last thing to cap off breakfast, supplements. I take these every morning. They are my go-tos. Bare Performance Nutrition, one of the best companies in the game, in my opinion. I mentioned their protein earlier. I take their creatine, I take their strong greens, and their strong reds. It's really good for you. I highly recommend it. Like I said, they taste really good. I think the flavors I have, let me see really quick. I think lemonade and, yeah, so the reds are strawberry and the greens are lemon. So it's like strawberry lemonade. Does that mean you don't have to eat greens? No, you should still eat greens, like lettuce and things like that, fruits, veggies, but this helps. So I will link this down below for you guys so you can pick up that stack from BPN. So what's up, I'm at the gym. I figured I'd make this video interesting instead of just me eating all day. Now, a good chunk of my day is at the gym training people. Obviously I don't have the privilege to a kitchen. I could meal prep, which I do. I didn't bring my meal prep, I'm saving that for later. But snacks, I get a lot of questions about snacks. One of my favorites is Quest protein bars. I try and keep my snacks pretty protein based, or rice cakes, so like some carbs, but snacks are big. You gotta find something you really enjoy. So in order to keep this video pretty fresh, I'll show you some of my workouts with the guys. I really thoroughly enjoy this. I never thought I would have my own gym, one, and two, now opening the gym, I know that I love performance and I love training people, but it's not something I want to do for the rest of my life. There are going to be other ventures out there. I think a lot of people see me and they see that I have my space and they see that I'm doing something, but just because I'm doing it doesn't mean that I know 100% it's what I want to do for the rest of my life. Me jumping into this and doing this, taking a risk and spending money to make this happen, it's allowing me to find out, do I really want to do this for the rest of my life? And I realize I don't. It's just something to pass the time, something to make money while I'm doing this bear crawl, something that I don't have to work for somebody else. I can learn about business, I can learn about all these things, and be myself and find myself and not have to worry about showing up to work, doing something that somebody tells me to do. Whatever I do is what I tell myself to do, which is pretty fucking cool. It's something that I'm really grateful for. So I just wrapped up 2 sessions, which you just saw. I got 1 more to go. I'm about to eat my protein bar. I didn't plan for this 3rd session. It's currently 3 o'clock right now. Yeah, it's currently 2:45. One thing that a lot of people don't understand about coaching is I'm constantly demonstrating exercises and moving around. So even on my rest days, I'm still expending a good amount of calories, which isn't very good because I'm not recovering. I need to be moving around. I'm picking up weights, showing people how to do stuff. That's not really rest. That's another challenge training for this is I never get optimal rest time, which is okay. It is what it is. I mean, I got to pay the bills somehow. Eventually, when I do the things that I have planned for the future, which not a lot of people know about, I'm not going to say it on here yet. Let's cover the bear crawl first. I'll be in a different scenario where maybe I'll be working remotely online, doing coaching. I do offer online coaching. Hopefully working with brands. I think that would be really cool. If I'm doing that and I'm promoting brands and doing stuff that's less physical, I'll have more energy to expend on other stuff and less time demands in the gym. I can't complain. It is what it is. You have to make be. And basically, meal prep. So you have your food ready, your energy levels ready to go if the unexpected happens. So I'm gonna give you guys a look at what I do for this whole hour while I sit here and wait between clients. All right, so it is 6 o'clock. I just got home. Right now I'm cooking up some 93 lean ground beef and some basmati rice. I'm gonna make a salad. This is my go-to meal for dinner usually, or lunch. I usually switch it up. Sometimes I'll do ground turkey, ground chicken, or ground beef. Tonight I'm doing ground beef. It's just what I took out to defrost. So, the rice I'll do sometimes I won't. Sometimes I'll use pasta. I just don't feel like cooking pasta today. I'm starving. I just want to cook this super fast. I don't like to just not season my meat. Pause.
What do you mean by that?
I just use regular taco seasoning. I feel like people try and stay away from this. There's nothing wrong with it. I think it makes it taste good. So it's 15 calories, whatever. I mean, it makes the meal enjoyable. It's not the end of the world, whatever. You can get the less sodium one if you're not sweating as much. If you're like me and you sweat a lot, when you train, you can do the regular taco seasoning. That's what I'm using right now. I've already measured it out. I use half a bag of this rice, so I use basmati rice. 8 ounces, I eyeball it. I don't weigh my food much anymore. I'll go 8 ounces of roughly of ground beef. Let's use fat-free mozzarella cheese. I get fat-free just because it's low calorie. You could use a little bit more of it. I try to eat about like 1 whole avocado a day, so I think like between breakfast with my bagel and then dinner with this should be about 1 whole avocado. So let's put like a good healthy scoop of that on there. Nothing crazy, nothing fancy. It's simple, it works. It does the job for me. This is something I've been eating like this for a year and a half now. I really enjoy it. On days where I'm bear crawling, and I'll do a video on that in the future, I do eat a little more. My in-game nutrition or my in-crawl nutrition looks a little different with carb sources and electrolytes and things like that, which I'll show you guys. That's pretty fancy stuff. But yeah, I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not someone who knows everything about nutrition. I know very little. I said that in the beginning of the video. This is just what works for me. This is what I enjoy. This is what I've gotten ripped off of. You know, I've weighed my food. I've tracked my food. So if you're someone who's trying to get into shape, this is definitely a great starting point. And I would take little bits of what I eat here and there and implement it into your own game. Now, I know I'll probably get some shit for this, but I do drink Coke Zero. I just like the flavor. It's Diet Coke, there's 0 sugar. Not all the time, but when I do need something of flavor, I will drink Diet Coke. I don't know, it's just better than the regular Coke. Another thing, when I eat, I have to watch YouTube. I cannot start eating until I find a video to watch. So I'm locked in right now. I've been on a couple young YouTubers who are on some good stuff, some really good content. And this is pretty much my day of eating. It's pretty simple, like I said, but it works for me. I hope you get something out of this. I hope I helped you in some way. If you have any questions, you can always comment down below or shoot me a message on Instagram. It'll be linked in the description below. I'd love to help you guys out. I'd love to connect with you guys. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, whatever you're doing, and never stop hustling.